It's the final game of the NFL's 100th season. It all comes down to this. Super Bowl 54 all season long. Larry Hartstein, the senior analyst for SportsLine, provided his insights to betting trends on the week's hottest NFL matches. This week, of course, no different, Larry. Well, how did you finish out against the spread this past season?
57-39 against the spread, a tick under 60%. I hope we helped you along the way, but let's finish strong and hit at 60% and finish at 60.
There we go. One last opportunity to do so. The Chiefs are favored in this one by 1 or 1.5 points over the 49ers for Super Bowl 54. It's really just depending on which sportsbook you're using. What kind of action are we seeing, and which side of the spread are you leaning towards?
Well, we're seeing a great action on both sides. So far, about 60% of the money coming in on the Chiefs. The public loves their explosive offense. I mean, how could you not? They've covered 8 straight games. They put up 86 points in 2 playoff games. Mahomes is healthy. They look like they can score at will. But then again, I think the professionals who have not shown their hand that much are waiting, trying to get a little bit better number, maybe get 1.5, get 2. They dream of getting 3 with the Niners. I don't think it'll ever get to a field goal, but that's how it's breaking down right now. The public more on KC, and the professionals a little bit tilted towards the Niners. As for myself, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of leaning San Fran, but, you know, I do worry about Andy Reid. Extra time to prepare. He covers 2/3 of the time. When you give him extra time, he's such a great play caller. So even against this 49ers defense, I can see him having success. So that's kind of where I am. I'm leaning San Fran, but I have not locked it in.
Gotcha. And the over-under already rose 2 points, though. At the time of this recording, it's at 54.5. How high do you think it's going to go, and which way are you leaning on this one?
Yeah, some books already at 55, and this could get all the way to 56. The public loves offense. They want to bet over. They see the Chiefs are explosive, and the Niners had a 48-46 game with the Saints. But that said, in Super Bowls where the spread is below 3 points, the under is 5-2. These teams play it a little bit closer to the vest. And, you know, if you look at the head referee, Bill Vinovich, he has a history of going under. He doesn't call a lot of penalties, about 20 fewer penalty yards than average. 57% of his games have gone under.
And now there are thousands, and I mean literally thousands of prop bets for Super Bowl 54. What is your favorite prop bet? Let's start on the Chiefs, for the Chiefs players.
You know, I look at Patrick Mahomes and how healthy he is in 53 rushing yards each of the past 2 playoff games. And now he's facing a Niners defense that is very fast. You can't just drop back against that pass rush. So I think he's going to run. I want to go over 30 rushing yards for Mahomes. You know, Kyler Murray averaged 51 rushing yards against the Niners. Russell Wilson averaged 41. I think Mahomes can get over 30.
And moving over to the 49ers side, any favorite prop bets for those players?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about Raheem Mostert? I mean, that guy just exploded last week. He's fresh. Tevin Coleman still battling the shoulder injury, so 77.5 rushing yards. I want to go over that. Mostert, 5.6 yards a carry in the regular season, 6.8 in the playoffs, facing a Chiefs defense that, according to the rushing efficiency metrics, ranked 29th in stopping the run.
And Larry, what about all the oddball props out there? Are there any of those that you like?
You know, I'm going to stay away from the Gatorade color. I'm going to stay away from the national anthem time. But I do like
that
one
one's
that's
my favorite, the national anthem time.
I mean, watching the YouTube videos, trying to measure it out, how long it takes. But I'm going to stay away from those. I do like either team to miss an extra point. The extra point, that'll pay 3-1. You could get even more than 3-1 at certain books. You know, the Chiefs kicker has missed a PAT in 2 of the last 4 weeks. There's a lot of wind in that stadium. It's a windy stadium. I mean, even though the forecast is only calling for 14-mile-an-hour winds, it has been known to be a little bit tricky. Plus, it could rain the night before. We're expecting rain the night before, though not on game day. So I just think with the pressure, it's a 33-yard field goal. I think we could get an extra point. It's worth it at 3-1.
Well, thank you, Larry, so much for your time and an analysis on all things sports betting this weekend. Always, Super Bowl 54 kicks off this Sunday, February 2nd, 6:30 Eastern Time and 3:30 Pacific Time. Katie Johnston for CBS Local Sports.